and was friendly to both his friends and opponents. He never was overbearing. He never gave the impression that he was infallible. No, he liked to listen to the other side and also had a good joke with them, won them over. He was able and affable, and that was his great virtue.
Right. Right. So as someone from the legal fraternity, he really thought passionately about judicial reform as well. He was closely associated with the NJAC bill. I remember he would talk about the phenomenon of uncle judges, for example, and how it did not help. You think he would have wanted to do more on the judicial side or on the side of judicial reforms, and he engaged with you on that?
No, he did. But at the same time, what the reforms he was thinking of, and when he had consultation, the reforms would never impinge on the independence of the judiciary. In fact, the reforms are more calculated to see that able judges came, not related to some people and not from any particular region or caste. And that was his great, I think, instinct, great talent he had. To see that the judiciary reform, yes, but not by curbing its powers, checking it when it thought it went over the boundary. But at the same time, he has great respect for the judiciary.
Sir, one aspect of his personality was humor, or his use of humor to communicate, I remember one anecdote he would recall from the bar where a judge wanted to see the book that was being quoted by the lawyer, and when the book was passed on, there was some silver fish in the book, and the judge exclaimed, "There is a bug in the book," and the lawyer who was arguing said, "My lordship, this is not the first time a bug has passed from the bar to the bench." Would you recall some joke of that kind from the legal fraternity that Mr. Jaitley would have shared with you?
You know what you said? That was what Daftari said, C.K. Daftari. When he was, the judge was Homage.
Right, so perhaps he was quoting
and
Mr. Daftari.
Yeah, that's right. Daftari said, this is not the first time that a bug has traveled from the bench to the bar to the bench. But as I said, Arun's great quality was friendly with all. Never rub anyone up the wrong side. He would maintain his position. He'd be firm in his beliefs, no question about that. But he wouldn't think he's infallible and that his views must be imposed upon them. No, don't impose upon others. See them, win them over. He was a great consensus builder. And I think any other colleagues also, he was a great human being. He never went after money. He, on the contrary, had so many juniors, so many members of the staff he helped, and that is what very few lawyers do nowadays. I should always remember him with
Sir, also
dearness.
Sir, also I'm tempted to ask, since you are there, I'm tempted to ask, I'll take one question with you. How is it that Mr. Jaitley knew so much about the judges? I mean, he could, regale you with anecdotes about each and every judge from the High Court onwards, perhaps.
When he was at the bar, so in the bar is the biggest place for gossip. You come to the bar of the Supreme Court or High Court, it's great gossip. And he listens to all that. And that's how he regained with various instances he heard from various judges. But that's all right, regaining this, that, but as I told you, please remember, ultimately he didn't do anything to strike down or diminish the independence of the judiciary. That he did not.
Oh, yes.
Though he thought the judiciary had gone, really crossed the limits in certain cases.
Oh, yes. I'll come back to you, sir, for more on that. At the Nigambodh Ghat, all preparations in place for carrying out the last rites of Mr. Jaitley. Ms. Kidwai, you were mentioning about how Mr. Jaitley made the difference when it came to implementing the GST law. I would also see Mr. Jaitley's strong hands and shepherding in, for example, getting the IBC Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code implemented, which is making a lot of difference to the twin balance sheets crisis as we know it, and the fiscal consolidation roadmap that he stuck to. You think that in the fine balancing act that he did between fiscal conservatism and the requirements of the core constituency?
आसानी से यूज कर लेते हैं, लेकिन रिफॉर्म का मतलब यही होता है कि आप एक बहुत बड़ा बदलाव ले आए, जिससे कि पूरी आधारभूत संरचना जो है वो बदल जाए। वो काम जनधन योजना ने किया। उसके बाद जनधन से जन सुरक्षा की ओर जो कदम बढ़ाया गया, वो भी अपने आप में एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण, जहां पर हर जनधन खाते को आधार के साथ और मोबाइल के साथ लिंक करने की जैम जो ट्रिनिटी है, वो भी वित्त मंत्रालय में इन्हीं के नेतृत्व में देश ने देखा, और हमने देखा कि देश ने कितना फायदा लिया। हम लोग योजनाओं के तौर पर
जी आज बिल्कुल मुश्किल चुनौतियां जो मुश्किल लक्ष्य प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र
All right, so as all preparations in place to carry onwards with the last rites of Mr. Jaitley, we can see in the pictures very emotional looking Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, other leaders of the BJP present there, Rajnath Singh in the frame, we have Amit Shah, we have Devendra Fadnavis, we have Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa, and even Congress leaders Kapil Sibal I could see there in the pictures.